Hello and welcome to Rathods Science Academy. Today in this session we are going to see current affairs of 27th November 2024. So there are many articles which are relevant from our examination point of view. Today in our PDF I am not going to give much notes but I will be explaining orally, okay? So let's get started and see this article guys. First article. So international relations is going for you, right? So most of the articles are international relations based in our today's newspaper. Say this. Netanyahu declared support for ceasefire deal with Hezbollah. So what are the keywords here? Who is Netanyahu? Israel's Prime Minister or President? Yes, Prime Minister. So who is this Hezbollah? Militant group. So what is happening here? So between Israel and this Hezbollah, they are going to talk about ceasefire deal. So why? That means we can understand that these Hezbollahs are against Israel. Yes or no? Okay, so what is happening between this Hezbollah and Israel? Okay, why these Hezbollah, they are against Israel? That means this Hezbollah, they are supporting Palestine. Yes. Okay, let me write here clearly. Now, Israel and Hezbollah, these are the two keywords that we can see in the title of this article. So now between these two, they are going to come up with a ceasefire. So can we connect this article with Israel-Palestine issue? Okay, so can we see this topic from GS paper to under international relations? Yes, right? So here these Hezbollah are militant group. So they are anti-Israel. Anti-Israel means nothing but they are pro-Palestine. Okay, so now because of this issue between Israel and Hezbollah, there are a lot of time there is attacks which are going on. So because of this, finally they are going to come up with a ceasefire agreement. So will this be possible between these two people like Israel and Hezbollah, whether there will be complete ceasefire will be possible? So actually this talkings are going on, negotiations are going on, but even though Hezbollah is attacking this Israel. Okay, that means they are not much serious. So they don't want to come up with the resolution between these two. Okay, now let us see this article in detail, what exactly which is going on. So actually now Israeli Prime Minister announced the support for US brokered ceasefire deal with Hezbollah. So who is brokering this deal between this Hezbollah and this Israel? So US. So as you all know that what happened in US, Trump came into power. Trump will be doing all this kind of things like solving the problems between the countries because US wants to show always big better attitude in the globe. Okay, so always US want to interfere in this any country's matter so that there will be increasing of power of this US. So US is brokering this ceasefire deal with Hezbollah and as well as Israel. So they are proposing for 2 months halt in fighting. So this ceasefire it is for 2 months. For 2 months there should not be attacks between Hezbollah and Israel. So this ceasefire is brokering by now US. So this deal requires Hezbollah to withdraw its armored presence from southern Lebanon, while Israeli forces will also need to pull back of its troops. So from the both sides they have to pull back the troop so that we can maintain a buffer zone. And next one here is, despite ongoing air strikes and rocket fire, this agreement aims to end nearly 14 months of conflict. So from Israel, and if you say this Israel-Palestine issue, from last 14 months onwards, this is going on. And now US want to broker this ceasefire deal so that they are going to end this 14 months of conflict between these two people. Okay, so now let us see who is this Hezbollah first, so that you will be getting some idea. So Hezbollah, they are Shia militant. So in Muslims, how many sects we have? 2 sects. What are they? Shia and Sunni. So on what basis they divide this sect? Based on Prophet? Based on the Prophet. Okay. So Shia militant group. This Hezbollah is Shia militant group in Lebanon. And actually Hezbollah is widely deemed to be the most powerful Iran backed network. So here they are also having support from Iran. That means, can I say Iran is a Shia country? Yes, Iran is a Shia country which is supporting Shia-based militant group, and this is against Israel, that is supporting Palestine. Okay, so here it is an Iran-backed network. It is known as Axis of Resistance, and actually this was founded by Iran's Revolutionary Guards itself. So this group, this militant group, had been formed by Iran's Revolutionary Guard in year 1982, especially to fight against Israeli forces, because Israel, they started invading of Lebanon that year, and especially at that time they waged guerrilla war that led Israel to withdraw from South Lebanon in 2000. So in 1982 it was formed to fight against this Israeli forces. This Israeli forces, they started occupying everywhere, so that, yeah, because of this war which had been done by this Hezbollah, that led to the removal of Israeli from this Lebanon. So what is the ideology of Hezbollah? Why they are against Israel is, so Hezbollah's ideology is largely defined by the conflict with Israel. So actually these Israel people, they are occupying mainly the areas of Palestine. So because of this, they are fighting against this. So the main motto of Hezbollah is to remove Israel and to provide their place for this Palestine. Okay, so this is the ideology. So now what happens whenever we are having ceasefire between these two, the like Israel and Hezbollah, what will be the future impact? What happens in the future? Because the history, everything will be covered by Sandeep sir, I think, next week. So now, as of now, tell me what happens if you are having this ceasefire between these two. Whenever we are having ceasefire, we can decrease attacks. So what happens if attacks had been decreased? We can ensure peace, stability, we can prevent loss of life and loss of property. So who will be dying more? Common people, civilians will be dying more. Okay, and even recently what happened because of missile strike that happened in the government hospital, because of that many innocent newborn people, newborn children, they had been died. More than 200 children, they had been died. That means there is a huge humanitarian crisis is also happening in this region, so we can control that. Okay, so the first important thing that you have to remember here is there is changing of shift. So whenever Israel is accepting for the ceasefire agreement or ceasefire deal which is brokered by US, that means we can understand that there is some shift in the strategy of Israel. So they want to go for temporary halt for these issues. And especially even because of the ceasefire deal, it will also going to shape regional dynamics by reducing tensions between Israel and Hezbollah. And next one here is even there is involvement of US that we can see. That means involvement of international panel, which is particularly led by this US, which also highlights that yes, we need global cooperation in monitoring of issues which are happening. Because if there is any conflict in one area, it will be having impact in anywhere of the world. And next one here is Israel's defense minister is not accepting for this deal. So because of this, even though the talks are going on, he started attacking. Okay, and they want to show their readiness to respond to the violations of this agreement. And actually, who are going to be get more impacted? Obviously, civilian people are going to be more impacted because of this air strikes and rocket fires. So it underscores humanitarian crisis, especially faced by the civilians in Lebanon, Israel, and Palestine. Okay, so that is the thing that you have to remember, and you have to see about if this deal is done, so how these two will be maintaining or will be standing on the agreement, or like how they will be taking some steps to establishment of peace, etc. Okay, so that is the thing that you have to remember, and see the map of West Asia once and see this article. 6 killed as Imran Khan supporters take to Islamabad seeking his release. So again, it is related to Shia and Sunni community. So in which district of Pakistan it is happening? Islamabad. Okay, apart from this, one more area which is very much near to this Afghanistan, where this had been started, Shia and Sunni conflict. not that, in Kurram district. So you have to know that in Kurram district, so this issue had been started on November 21st, 2024. Okay, from November 21st onwards, the issue between Shia and Sunnis had been started in Pakistan in Kurram district. So you have to know about where is this Kurram district is located and some facts regarding this. So Kurram district, which is located very much near to Afghanistan and Pakistan border. So can you tell me any tribe name that you came across in this Pakistan-India relations? Tribe name. Pashtun, apart from this, one more tribe. So Pashtun is Shia or Sunni based. And one more, any tribe that you know which is Shia based. Turi tribe. Turi is Shia based tribe, and one more here is, as you said, Pashtun tribe, Sunni. So actually these people, they live in this Kurram district, which is very much near to Afghanistan and Pakistan border. Actually the importance of this area is two different sects, they live together here. Sunnis and Shia Muslims, they are the mixed populations who are living in this Kurram district, and especially particularly one tribe is Turi tribe, which is Shia sect, and another is Pashtun, which is Sunni sect. So actually the issue which is happening between these two tribes now, Turi tribe and Pashtun tribes. So you will be getting a question like, recently everyone knows about Pashtun, right? So if you are talking about Pashtun, you will be remembering, oh, okay, it is from Pakistan. So they may ask, recently Turi tribe is in news. Consider the following statements regarding Turi tribe. They may say it is Sunni sect. No, it is Shia sect. It is located in Pakistan. Or else they may give these tribe located in Africa. Like that, they may change country name and they will be giving you the question regarding this Turi tribe. You have to remember this. And even you have to remember this name of Kurram. So recently Kurram is in news. In which state, in which country it is located? Or else they may ask, recently Kurram district is in news, why it is in? Why? Because of this Shia-Sunni conflict in Pakistan. Because if something is happening in Pakistan, it is very important for India because we are directly sharing boundary with this Pakistan. So if you're talking about historical rivalries in this Kurram district, Shia and Sunni tribal groups, they have long been having the conflict. Why these people are having conflict? Because of some reasons. The first one is because of land resources, because of governance issue. There is no proper development in this area. So because of all these things, now the issue which had been started. So if you see the present context, why the escalation which happened in November 2024, there are three important reasons. First one is there was attack on Shia convoys. So on November 21st, 2024, gunmen, they attacked Shia passenger vehicles in this region. So because of this, around 45 Shia people, they had been died. So if something is happened against Shia, whether this Shia people will be silent, no, they started retaliating attack. They started attacking this Sunni people now. And finally that leads to 64 deaths in these 3 days. From 21, 22 and 23 of November, within the 3 days, more than 64 people, they had been died from this both Sunni and as well as Shias. Okay, and next important reason here is sectarian clashes and ceasefire. So after the violence in these area, and they agreed for ceasefire, that is for 7 days of ceasefire agreement between this Shia and as well as Sunnis. But even though it doesn't ease the tensions between them. Okay, so in this agreement, what the provisions are like, so here Shias died and Sunnis died. So the dead bodies are present with them itself. So because of this, they said that they have to return dead bodies and as well as prisoners in this sectarian clashes and ceasefire, but it had been not resolved even after signing of ceasefire agreements. From both the sides, they didn't follow this agreement. And next one here is one more issue is tribal and governance issues, especially the history of Kurram district is they are having lack of efficient governance. So because of this, always there will be the increasing of tensions between the Shia and Sunnis. Okay, so these are the three important reasons why there is a present rivalry or present issue which is going on in Pakistan. And next important one here is what are the fueling factors. So it had been happened like these people, they attacked one group of people. Okay, it's okay, but what are the factors that led to the feeling of the conflict? Okay, the first one here is, as I said, land dispute. So always there is a competition for land and resources between this Sunni and as well as Shia tribes in this Kurram area. So it is not the new topic, but it is from years onwards, from decades onwards. It is a very long standing issues between this Shia and as well as Sunnis in this region. Actually, Shia Turi tribe, they controlled lot of area of this Kurram region. But what happened? Slowly and gradually, this Sunni people, they dominated this area. So once this Shia used to dominate, but now Sunni is dominating. So whether they will keep silent? No. It is an important issue that lead to the conflict between this Shias and Sunnis. So who are dominant now in this Kurram? That is Sunnis. Sunnis are dominating lower and as well as central Kurram region. So because of this, there is a territorial dispute between these two sects. And next one here is, there is also militant influence. Can you tell me some militant groups which are operating in Pakistan? TTP, what is that? Full form. Yesterday itself done. Tehreek. Next, another groups. Jamaat Islami, okay, next. ISIS. Lashkari Taiba, next. Oh, once upon a time, I said about 20 militant groups, they are operating in Jammu and Kashmir. Tell me some names from that. Once upon a time, long, long back ago. I said at least remember some important key things on that day. Okay, Tehreek-i-Taliban Pakistan and Islamic State, they are operating in this region. So if they are getting a small link, they will be going for rapid fire. So that is the thing which is happening. So actually these militant groups which are operating there, they got a chance of spreading this violence. So this is an opportunity which is captured by these people, and again they are capitalizing this event. And next one here is geopolitical significance. As you all know that Shia is supported by which countries? Iran. Sunni is supported by which country? Sunni leader in the world? Saudi Arabia. So again, here we have to take Saudi Arabia and as well as Iran. So again, whenever there is a competition between Iran, which is a leader of Shia, and Sunni leader here is Saudi Arabia, it also continues to shape local dynamics. If something is happening between these two countries, so Sunni will be supported by Saudi Arabia and Shia will be supported by Iran-backed countries. Again, what happened? So here Sunni groups are receiving the support from Saudi-backed entities, and they are also influencing the local conflicts, and they are making this problem much more big day by day. And next one here is, there is also sectarian violence trend. So actually the Pakistan has seen periodic surges in this violence between this Sunni and as well as Shia. It is not a new at all. So 2007 it had happened, 2011 happened, 2000 in this even more than 2000 people they had been killed. And now again 2004 it had been researched. So here we have to see one important point, like because of this sectoral violence in Pakistan, how it is going to have impact on India, because it is between Muslim sects. So even India also we have Muslim population, yes or no? Then how it will be impacting India? Can you guess? And even Afghanistan is also involved here, because militant groups are operating between Pakistan and Afghanistan. And with India also we are having boundary with Pakistan and Afghanistan on map. Okay, now tell me what will be the impact on India. Think and tell me. So in international relation, you will be not getting question regarding the history part at all. You will be getting question on it is happening, how it will be impacting on India-Pakistan relations. Because this examination, it is for even Indian foreign services. So if something is happening, if you are a foreign service officer, then you have to go to embassy which is in Pakistan and you have to deal with this if there is any impact on India. So you need to think out of box. Come on, tell me. Yes, refugees, yes, okay. Migration, next. Regional disparities, okay. So Muslims in our country will be also supporting Muslims in that country. Then how you will be controlling that? uh, can you do something, or you will be sitting silent? uh, if Muslims are supporting one group, if that is not accepted by this militant group of Pakistan, they may conduct terror attacks in our country. It may create internal security problem to our country, right? So how you will be controlling that kind of situations? For example, you are intelligence officer, you got a report that that you find some set of Muslims from certain state in your district or in your state, they are supporting Pakistans, and this is not digested by this terror groups or militant groups of Pakistan. They want to conduct a terror attack or to blast a bomb in your district. So what are the steps you will be taking to stop that? How you will be handling that situation? So what is your course of action? What are the options available to you? Analyze the options and which option you will choose. Are you getting my question? Now tell me. Huh? First? Okay, India is not part of any refugee convention. Okay, so actually terror group is planning to blast a bomb in your district. How you will be controlling that? Refugees keep aside. First you have to save the people, life, property. How you will be controlling that? Huh? Evacuate the people. Where you will be placing them? Do you know exact site where the bomb will be blasted? Ingredient security. How exactly? Police power. Okay. Next. Undercover operations. Very good. Next. Technology. Can you tell me example for that? Drones. You can use drones, okay, to maintain security across the border of your district, and you can monitor properly what is happening in your district. If any new person is coming, you have to follow that person so that you can identify he is normal civilian or a terror group or a sleeper cell. What about the sleeper cells? So how you will be controlling the sleeper cells? Sleeper cells. So do you know this concept of sleeper cells? Don't you watch movies? There is one movie of Vijay. What is that movie? Snehitudu. Tupaki. In that movie, they clearly describe about what is the sleeper cells and how they will be operating everything. So sleeper cells are nothing but they are part of any organization. So if they are getting any order, or if they are getting any direction of doing any activity against government, then only they will be getting activated. Unless and until they will be like doing their normal works, and they will be like a normal civilians of that so and so area. So whenever they are getting order from their organization, they will be becoming activated, and they will be conducting bomb blast or anything. Okay. So tell me how you will be operating the sleeper cells. So we don't know like whether that person is a sleeper cell or not. Then in that condition, how you will be controlling this? Okay, local support. So he will be like a local only, no? You can't differentiate. Even that family people don't know about what is the work that he is doing. Then come on, think, guys. This is the most expected, and I'm going to give you within 15 days. I'm going to give you one PDF of the case studies which are there in News from Ethics with answers. Okay, so that you will be getting some idea. Next, because mostly the case studies will be from news only. They will be not going out anywhere. If there is any scam, you will be getting that. If there is any sexual harassment, you will be getting that. If there is any Naxal attack, so last year you got question regarding Naxal attack. I already said about that case study in our news also. Tribal people, they are going and they are removing their clothes and they are sitting for dharna on that day. I explained that happened in MP. The same case study came in your exam. So that I am focusing on case studies also this year. From last 1 year, from January to December, whatever the case studies are there in news, I will be giving you list. Next, come on. Okay, you will be getting that kind of case study. You have to be get ready. And see here, deep depression over Bay of Bengal likely to intensify into a cyclonic storm. So what does this article is talking about? Cyclone. So can you tell me what are the steps in the formation of cyclone? I will be writing here. Steps in formation of cyclone. So what happens in this cyclone first? Okay, low pressure area. That means depression will be formed. So if you see this title, it is talking about depression, yes or no? That means the first step of formation of cyclone had been observed in Bay of Bengal. So what happens after this formation of low pressure or depression? So what happens? Low pressure, air will be moving up. Then what happens? It is creating a vacuum. So from high pressure area, wind will be coming and try to occupy this vacuum. Okay, so this is the second step. High pressure, from the winds from high pressure, they will be coming and they will be occupying this low pressure. Then what happened? Third step will be Coriolis force. So what is this Coriolis force? Because of the earth rotation, the wind direction will be deflect. So how it will be deflected? In northern hemisphere, it will be deflected in northern hemisphere, it will be deflected in right, and in southern hemisphere it is opposite, it will deflect in left. So because of this, what happened? If this cyclone formed in northern hemisphere, low pressure will be formed. So air from high pressure will be coming and try to occupying this, right? So deflection will be towards right if it formed in northern hemisphere. If it is formed in southern hemisphere, deflection towards will be left. Then what happens? This winds will be moving in a spiral motion because of this Coriolis force. And wherever this low pressure area is formed, that region is very silent. It is called as eye. Okay, so clouds will be formed, and what happened? Rain will caused. So this, whatever the area, whichever the area we are getting rains, they are called as rain bands. And what happens? The cyclone will not be at a single place. It will be moving. So what is the direction of moving of cyclones? First, west, then northwest, north and east. It will be moving in this direction. So because of this, if any cyclone which formed in this Bay of Bengal, first it will be hitting this coast, AP, then Odisha, it will be going to West Bengal, and finally it will be doing landfall. So landfall is nothing but end of cyclone. So during the landfall only, we will be seeing most of destruction. Okay, clear? So this is about cyclone. Now this article is saying that we are at this first stage. Low pressure had been identified in this Bay of Bengal. Okay, now tell me what will be the name? Not. What will be the next name of cyclone? So who will be giving it this naming to cyclones? Which countries are part of this? Naming of cyclones, 10 marker question in 2022. So countries that are present in this Bay of Bengal region, only Bay of Bengal? In Indian Ocean region, we have this. Okay, so last cyclone name? Pana. Dana, okay. Before that, Asna. So what will be the next cyclone name? See the list. Fenger or Fennel? Fenger. So which country is given that? See once again. Saudi Arabia. Okay. So what is this article? Next article. Elections to 6 Rajya Sabha seats on December 20. So how many houses are there? 2 houses. What are they? Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So what is Lok Sabha? Lower house. And Rajya Sabha upper house. So tell me something about elections. You have already read this. Tomorrow we have exam on parliament. So which article talks about elections of these Rajya Sabha members? Article number. Which article? 80, 84. Next. Tell me exactly, tomorrow there is exam. It is Article 80. Article 80 talks about elections to Rajya Sabha. So whether these elections are direct elections or indirect elections. Direct elections are there for Lok Sabha. What is the difference between direct elections and indirect elections? Direct elections means people will be directly electing your representatives, and here indirect elections, that means people are not electing. But who will elect these people? State representatives. Okay, do we need Rajya Sabha? Because in many states we have only legislative assembly, there is no council, no. But at the central level we have this Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So we can retain only this Lok Sabha, we can remain this Rajya Sabha, right? We can have to remove. So is that okay for you? No. Why? Why we need these two houses? And actually, if you see the role of Rajya Sabha, it is very less compared to that of Lok Sabha. Then why we have to maintain this Rajya Sabha? Why we have to? We must have that. Uh, uh. So the state matters. If you want to raise the voice of the states, we need this Rajya Sabha for sure. There is no way we have to go for dismantling of Rajya Sabha. Okay. Now tell me about members of this Rajya Sabha. Something about Rajya Sabha members. 250 members. Out of this, okay. Okay. So how many people will be nominated? Who will nominate? On which areas? Ah? I don't know that mnemonic. Tell me those four areas. Okay, science, arts, social service, literature. So apart from these four, can we select any person based on other criteria? No, only on these four areas only president can nominate the members. Okay, so will we use first past post system for this election? Proportional. So what is the difference between this first past post system and this proportional system by single transferable vote? Is there any difference? Tell me, what is the difference? What is the difference? Okay, and now I got one more doubt. So for Lok Sabha, we have this first past post system, but Rajya Sabha, this proportional system. Why? What? Why? Why we need this kind of discrimination here? Discrimination. Manoj, your word discrimination. Now tell me, why we need to have this kind of discrimination? Why? Hmm. Yes. Okay. To make simple to understand for the people, we came up with this first past post system where the local people or the civilians are involved. But here the civilians are not at all involved in this Rajya Sabha. So because of that, we went for proportional system. So do you know the advantage and disadvantage of this first past post system and this proportional system? Somehow. Tell me about advantage of this first past post system. Easy. Uh, Less cost. Okay, next. By election. Why? Uh, Next. Disadvantages. Okay. Okay, you have some idea about this. And see this article. PMAY funds swindled in the name of dead people in Tamil Nadu district. Now tell me what is happening in Tamil Nadu? Anyone from Tamil Nadu here? I want to criticize this Tamil Nadu now. So what is happening here? PM Awas. What is this PM Awas Yojana? government will be giving houses for old people. So why government need to give this kind of schemes? Social welfare. So it is part of our DPSP. Okay. So tell me what is happening here. Funds are swindled in the name of dead people. Is that right? So what happens whenever this kind of misallocation of funds will happen? Is that good for governance? No. It is bad governance. Okay. So how you can use this article in your ethics? So in which chapter you can use this article in your ethics? Corruption. Next. Corruption. Values. Next. Probity in governance. Can you add in work culture of government? Next. Can you add in this e-governance? So if you are having e-governance or increasing of accountability and transparency, we can decrease this kind of scams. So in all those subjects, now you got an example to write. Like recently in Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana scheme in Tamil Nadu, the funds had been swindled in the name of dead people. Okay, so see this article, here one more article. NGT issues notice to center on expansion of glacial lakes. What is the keyword? Glacial lakes. Why there is increasing of number of glacial lakes? Climate change. So why NGT is bothering? Why NGT is bothering now? Who is this NGT? What is this NGT? National Green Tribunal. So whether is it a constitutional body? It is a statutory or executive body. Okay, if it is statutory body, under which act it had been established? Tell me. Vilas sir gave notes about this NGT. Okay, so why NGT is asking now central government and others regarding the expansion of Himalayan glacial lakes? Why? Why now NGT is bothering? What will be the impact if government is not taking any steps on these glacial lakes? So tell me, that is not my question. So tell me what will be the future impact if we are not taking any steps? What happens in future? Disasters. So can you tell me examples of disasters? One is floods. Next, cloudburst. Okay. Glacial lakes. How it cause heat waves? Tell something related to that. Okay, landslides. Sinking of Himalayan regions, because Himalayas are made up of which rock? Is that igneous, metamorphic, or sedimentary? Sedimentary rock. So because of this, it can have the ability of sinking because it is mainly made up of limestone. Joshimath sinking, very good. So this article is saying that NGT took suo motu cognizance of a news report, and this news report is saying that there is 10.81% of increasing of glacial lakes in last 13 years due to rising of temperature. So you have to write this data. Okay, as per the report, the melting of glaciers pave a way for larger glacial lakes, and there is increasing of more amount of water in these lakes. So suddenly, if there is a burst of bunds of this lake, that will lead to glacial lake outburst floods, which happened recently. And there is increased risk of natural disasters like floods and landslides. So because of this, NGT is asking center to take at least some steps to control this increasing of glacial lakes. Okay, from environment and ecology, you can connect that. And there is one more article. So anyone from AP? Very good. You should proud now. You should feel proud. Yeah, see here. Milk, meat and egg production increased in 2023 to 2024, says center. So can you tell me any recent advancements in milk production in our country? Milk, White Revolution 2.0. Apart from that, women empowerment, I want that scheme name. What we are doing? Artificial insemination. What is that program name? That only. Female cause, increasing of female animals. So what is that project? Very good memory. Tell me. Appreciate. I'm scolding, I'm not appreciating. Tell me, what is that scheme is about? Manoj? Manish? If you follow current affairs, you'll remember. What a reason I was absent on that day. What you did next day? You are there. Madhav, tell me. What is that scheme? Same place. Monica, you are there. White Revolution 2.0, it is about women empowerment and as well as increasing of milk production. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about science and technology advancements in this animals. Science and technology advancements. Which technology we are using, at least tell me. Manoj, come on, I won't leave today at any cost. What is that breeding methods? You forgot. Come on, come on. Yeah. I won't tell. Amma, if I tell, you will listen and you will forget again. If I ask this question again there will be blind faces. I never heard this word, ma'am. What she is asking. Ah, I won't say. See here. So actually this article is saying that milk production in the country had been increased by 3.78 percentage. So it is according to the statistics. Basic Animal Husbandry Statistics 2024, right this. There is increasing of milk production according to this Basic Animal Husbandry Statistics. And can you tell me about India's position in milk production globally? Okay, so India is the top in the milk production and even making adulteration the milk is also India is top, especially in Hyderabad. Yeah? No, I won't say. So here this article is saying that, can you guess like which state in our country is top in milk production? Karnataka, top country, topmost. Okay. So actually milk producing largest state in our country is UP, write down this. UP, second one is Rajasthan, third one is MP, fourth one is Gujarat, fifth one is Maharashtra, sixth one is West Bengal. There is no AP there, guys. Karnataka is also not there. Increase. How you will increase? Okay, see here. So in egg production, can you tell me which state is the topmost in egg production? AP. Yes, very good. So AP is the topmost egg producer in our country. And second one is Tamil Nadu. First one is AP and second one is Tamil Nadu. And what about meat production? They didn't give the meat production. Just they said that there is increasing of meat production, especially poultry had been increased. Next one is cattle. Okay, see this article, guys. Again, I want to ask questions from you only. Okay, between hope and hurdles on high seas. What is this article? High seas. Beyond exclusive economic zone is called as high seas. What is exclusive economic zone? Huh? Okay, you are saying 200 nautical miles. From where from this 200 nautical miles? Baseline. Okay, we have a baseline. So from this baseline, the water which is present inside this baseline are called as internal waters. So from here 12 nautical miles, territorial waters, and from here 12 nautical miles or from here 24 nautical miles, contagious zone, and from here till 200 nautical miles it is your exclusive economic zone, and beyond this we have high seas. So what is this high seas? High seas nothing but beyond exclusive economic zone we have this high seas. Who said this? All this criteria? UNCLOS. What is this UNCLOS? United Nations Convention on Law of Seas. Okay. So here, tell me, now do we need any treaty for high seas? Why we need to protect this high seas region? Only minerals? Only fishing? So actually, if you see this title, it is talking about we recently signed High Seas Treaty, and that name of the treaty is Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement. BBNJ, Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement, and this agreement is also called as, in short, High Seas Treaty. Okay, now tell me what is the importance of this high seas? High seas importance. Why we need to come up with treaty? So India is saying, in this article is saying that India recently signed this BBNJ. It is nothing but high seas treaty. Why we have to come up with this kind of treaty in high seas? Because high seas is whether can India's jurisdiction can be extended in this high seas? No, it is a global common, right? It is a property of every country. So till exclusive economic zone, we can extend our jurisdiction. So beyond that, it comes under global commons. But why we need to come up with this kind of treaties in this high seas? Huh? Climate resilience. Next. So what is happening in this high seas? What are the problems in this high seas? Problems in high seas. Have you heard this word oil spills? What is this oil spill? So majorly whenever you see the crude oil, if you take example of India, we are getting crude oil from the different countries, West Asian countries and Russia. That is normally through sea route. So if suddenly if any accident happened or if there is any leak in the containers, that oil will be spilled. That is called as oil spill. So is that oil spill good? Why it is bad? Do oil mix with water? Do oil mix with water? Why? What is the reason? Density of oil is less or more than water? Less. So because of that it will be floating on water. So what happens if oil is floated on water? Sunrays will not be entering into the deeper layers. It will be affecting aquatic animals. So because of this, can we lose our biodiversity? Yes. And apart from that, do you know this problem of throwing of waste in this high seas? Especially medical waste. Have you seen this some movies? Singham movie, I think so. So that in that movie, they are saying that the waste in other countries will be shipped to the countries which are less developed countries, and in that countries they will be going for burning or processing of that. Sometimes they will throw that waste in the high seas itself whenever the container is moving. So because of this, what happens? Is that good for our environment? No. So because of all these problems in this high seas, we need to have a treaty so that now every country is responsible to take certain steps to control this high seas region. So because of this, recently India signed this high seas treaty. Especially this treaty is focusing on protecting of marine ecosystem, and they are focusing on promoting of sustainable use of resources which are beyond national jurisdiction. Okay, that means beyond 200 nautical miles. Clear? So there is a high chance of getting question regarding this high seas treaty in your prelims and mains. So just see some basic facts regarding this. Okay. So what is the meaning of high seas? So we have a definition which is given by 1958 Geneva Convention on High Seas. So whenever you are writing definition, try to write authenticated definition. If you are writing any answer regarding UNCLOS or high seas, according to 1958 Geneva Convention on High Seas, so it is saying that the parts which are not included in territorial water or internal water, so the after this exclusive economic zone, that water is called as high seas. But actually Geneva Convention did not talk about UNCLOS, right? So according to UNCLOS, after 200 nautical miles it is high seas. But according to Geneva Convention of 1958, it says that except territorial waters and internal waters, other waters comes under high sea region. So the area which is beyond exclusive economic zone, that is after this 200 nautical miles from the coastline, so that will comes under this high seas normally. So what is significance of this high seas? Why we have to protect this high seas is because it will cover 64% of world's oceans, and 50% of Earth's surface will be also covered here, and it have most of our marine ecosystem. and it is also home for around 2,70,000 known species of animals, and even many species they have to be yet discovered in this region. And even high seas is very important for regulating of climate, because you know about this concept of oceanic currents. So we have warm currents and we have cold currents. So because of this movement of this water, so actually if you see, only 10% of water will be moving on surface, but 90% of water we have deep ocean currents. So they are very important for regulating of climate. So if in tropical region, whenever there is increasing of sun or like warming, so this water will be transported to polar regions, so that they will be maintaining overall temperature of the water. And even they are also called as carbon sinks. Yes or no? So what happened recently, one study said that whenever we are decreasing temperature, surface temperature, that will increases the amount of carbon absorption. So whenever there is increasing of temperature, what happened? There is decreasing of carbon absorption. So again, it will be causing of lot of damage to our environment, and even to store solar radiation, to distribute heat. Especially, it is very helpful for planetary stability and as well as mitigating of climate change. So because of this, we should not pollute or we should not degrade this high seas region. It is very, very important for our sustenance of life. And even it is very essential for the human survival, because it is also provide huge resources like seafood, raw material, genetic and medical resources, etc. And what is this treaty? So this treaty is called as BBNJ, as I said, that is biological diversity beyond national jurisdiction, or high seas treaty. So it is a new international legal framework. It comes under UNCLOS itself. So under this UNCLOS, we came up with this agreement, which we are focusing on maintaining on ecological health of the oceans. And this treaty had been negotiated in year 2023, and we are focusing on reducing of pollution in this high seas, and we are focusing on promotion of conservation and sustainable use of biodiversity, and as well as other marine resources in our ocean waters. Okay, what are the objectives? The first one, as I said, marine ecology, we have to protect them and we have to conserve them. And here, do you know about this marine protected areas? What is this marine protected areas? Exactly in which topic you came across this? Huh? Apart from this, have you studied this corals? So what is the problem of corals? Coral bleaching. So to conserve the corals, what are the programs developed by the government? One program here is MPA, that is Marine Protected Areas. So here, whenever you are writing even about the corals and conservation of corals, you can use this Marine Protected Areas, because here corals are the part of our marine resources. And next one here is, we are also second important objective we are focusing on is fair and equitable sharing of benefits of marine resources. And this treaty, which is especially focusing on commercially valuable ocean organisms, either through scientific research and as well as commercial exploitation, and shared equally among all countries. So recently, can we add one more current affairs which is in news, that is tuna hub in Andaman and Nicobar region. So here we are having very valuable ocean organisms. And even have you come across this word ambergris? Ambergris. Ambergris. Ambergris is nothing but vomiting of whale. Whale vomit. So it was like very, very costly. If any fisherman who is getting this whale vomit of 1 kg or 2 kgs, he will become millionaire by night. Okay, so we are having that much value for that vomit of whale, that is called as ambergris. So here that we can see in this high seas areas. Okay, and next one here is, we have to focus on mandatory environment impact assessment. What is this environment impact assessment? Environment impact assessment. Environment impact assessment. Environment impact assessment. Environment is done long ago. So whenever we are going for any developmental activities, it should not cause any harm to our environment. So after once we conduct this environment impact assessment, then only we will be giving permission to that project. So here this article is saying that we need to go for compulsory environment impact assessment if you are going for any developmental projects in this water. For example, recently International Seabed Authority gave permission for India for what? For extraction of potatoes. That is nothing but polymetallic nitrates. They appear like potatoes only. If you see that image, they will be seeing like small, small potatoes, round things. Okay, so if we want to go for that project, obviously what happened, it will cause some damage because it is in the project of high seas. It is not there in our exclusive economic zone. So beyond exclusive economic zone, International Seabed Authority, which gave permission for India for extraction of this polymetallic nodules. If you are going for that kind of projects, we have to go for compulsory environment impact assessments. And even this article is saying that capacity building and transfer of marine technology is also very helpful, especially for less developed and developing countries to utilize the benefits of the ocean. Okay. And see this article, timely reiteration. And next one is Supreme Court ruling on socialism and secularism. So yesterday itself we discussed these topics, right? The same thing. So actually this article is talking about Supreme Court judgment on preamble. So why? So socialism and secularism, those are the words, they are not present in our original preamble. They had been added through which amendment? 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976. Okay, so here this article is saying that the original preamble which had been adopted on date 26 November 1949, it declared India as a sovereign democratic republic. There is no socialist and secularistic word here. Okay, so here at that time our Constituent Assembly, it consciously avoided the word socialist because they felt that declaring economic ideal of the country in its constitution, it is not appropriate. So because of this, at that time itself, Constituent Assembly had been not took that word, but in this amendment of 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, they took these words. So finally, a petition which had been given or filed in Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said that yes, these words, socialist and secular, are very, very important. So it is the thing which is said by here Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said that our constitution is a living document. So here, according to the needs and aspiration of people, we have to make the changes in our constitution, or else it will be becoming an epic like Ramayana, Mahabharata. So that is the thing which mainly said here. That's it. Just to see about 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, and you have to see about basic structure doctrine of Keshmananda Bharati judgment of 1973. So these things that you have to see. And one interesting article, see here. With Arctic's climate warming, Santa runs short of snow. So from which subject we can connect this, guys? Climate change, Arctic climate warming, Santa Claus. Who is the Santa Claus? Christmas. Okay. So he is running short of snow. That means, can we connect environment and ecology with our protection of the culture, festivals? So here we are connecting environment and ecology with art and culture. Okay, so whenever you are writing about impact of climate change, you can give this example also, so that you can say multi-dimensional to the examiner. So your answer will become some more special. So here Arctic climate warming is also having impact on the festivals, especially Christmas. Clear? Are you getting the points? Okay, that is the thing which mainly said here. So go through this article once. Okay, these are some important. And one more thing, yeah, they also said about reindeer here. There is also impact on reindeer. Somewhere they said. Okay. Okay, so it had left reindeer struggling to dig their main food lichens. So actually what happening here is, so because of decreasing of Arctic snow, it is also affecting the growth of lichens. What is the meaning of lichen? Lichens, it is an association of algae and fungi. So it is a main food of reindeer. So actually reindeer is also getting struggle to get this lichens as a main food because of Arctic climate change. So these two things that you can write somewhere. So how environment change is having impact on the festivals, or how it is affecting to protect our culture, and even you can write about one species of animal like reindeer. So these are the important topics that appear in our today's Hindu newspaper. So by this I am concluding. Thank you so much guys for watching, and if you like this class, please hit the like button and please to share this class to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IS Academy. And we are providing daily current affairs quiz and also daily one mains question, so please do join our Telegram channel, and the link is given in description box. Thank you guys for watching.